Yeah, man. So yeah, but I'm glad. I want to apologize to the subscribers for those who was waiting or whatever, because I just had to get Apple Care to help me out. But anyway, what's going on with you, bro?
Man, chilling, man. Chilling, chilling. It's been a while.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. So how was that vacation?
Vacation was good. It was good. Got a chance to reset. Spend time with some of the younger teenagers, which was three teenagers, 14, 13, 15, and 17.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was eventful. I will say that.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. Yeah, I came home. But I've been here since what, Tuesday. I came home on the 5th, so I'm back in the DR. So yeah. So today, this is guy talk, and we just talk about a variety of subjects. So before we begin, all right, here we go. Here we go. Um, so yeah, I wrote down a list of things. So before we get started, I want to say rest in peace to Dwayne Haslam, the quarterback who was trying out for the starting position with the Steelers. Excuse me. May he rest in peace. And I did read a little bit, Cleve. He did try to cross the highway, so I did read that. That was, and he got hit on foot. Not he was not in a vehicle to vehicle incident. He got hit by a truck, and
Yeah, it was a dump truck. They said
he
it
was
was a dump.
crossing. Yeah, yeah, he was crossing the highway by foot. So
Yeah,
again,
sad,
sounds
sad.
strange. Yeah, it's sad, man. 24 years old.
Yeah,
Man. He's 24 years old. That's
and
crazy. Like
yeah, and I've been
I got
following
a son older than him. That's
and
crazy.
I've been following him for a while because he was actually on the radar with the Giants was talking about drafting him, and
Yeah,
which later on they didn't, but
he had too
he
much
was
color.
pregnant. Huh?
Too brown.
Well, we got a backup. But yeah, it's sad, to see him go like that.
Yeah,
Because he did have a future in the NFL. And
yeah. Um. So let's. Okay. So the next thing, did you see where your boy Ti got booed up in the Barclays in Brooklyn? Did you see that?
yeah, I did see that. I did see that.
That's crazy, right?
I think our culture, we look at rappers, and once you become a rapper, once you become anything that we familiar with, we put you in that box, and we typically don't want to let you out because being a comedian is, I think that's one of the hardest jobs
Yeah.
around in show business. Like that has to be like the hardest job
Right.
because you have to take, especially think about it, back when Richard Pryor and all of them was doing comedy. Society wasn't as sensitive as it is now. So now you can't talk really about nothing. Everybody offended. You can't talk
Right.
about people with three fingers, short people, tall people, fat people. I mean, you just can't. So you really got. But comedians are, that is one profession where you can, you know kind of take something that we typically won't talk about, and make it comical, make it funny.
Yeah. But I think that but prior to that, well, let me say Yolanda Simpson. What's going? How you doing, sister? Glad you in today. Glad you're showing up today. Show us support. I
What's going
appreciate
on, sis?
it. Yeah, but prior to that, there was an incident. I want to say maybe a few days ago, if not a week ago, where they was in an Atlanta club and this young lady was telling a joke, and he approached the stage. He did the Will Smith. Did you see that?
Yeah. So what I've read, he was telling her to, because she had on a hat with a wig, and he was heckling her, saying like, I know that wig is connected to that hat. Why don't you take that hat off?
Right.
Right?
But all of that stems from her joking about something about him.
No. From what I read, she was doing her joke and he started heckling her, and they was going back and forth. And when she said, "Well, I take off this wig when we could talk about the allegations," and that's
Right.
when he approached the stage.
Right. Which he shouldn't have done.
Nah.
He shouldn't have done. I mean, because comedians don't approach other comedians that way. But again, he's at the beginning level anyway.
Yeah. But
So,
but on top of that, I've seen people, make little comments at comedy show. But ever since this Will Smith thing, man, we was talking about it was gonna be a copycat anyway.
Well, yeah, we knew it. Yeah, we knew it was coming. It was definitely coming down the pipeline, and people are just copycats like that. But people, I mean, that could be something deadly. That can turn out to be something deadly. So,
yeah, because you don't know, and it's sad because comedians now, it's like, damn, like what can I say? What jokes can I tell? What what I'm saying? Who can I talk about? Who can I not talk about? Because I remember on they had it's an old show with Def Comedy Jam, and it had, I forget his name, but at the time he was dating MC Light. And he talked about Martin. Martin was actually doing the joke, and he said, there's so and so in the audience. He said, yeah, he's dating MC Light. He said, matter of fact, he got a tattoo on his arm. He said, and the crazy thing is, I knocked her off last summer, and the whole crowd erupt, and he was even in there laughing. Right. He stood up and took off running back towards the exit, and then he came back and sat down and they still was laughing. But right. It's jokes. You know what I'm saying? We understood it was a joke.
Right.
It was a joke.
Yeah. And my advice is to anybody who goes to a comedy club, if you don't want to get joked on, don't go. Yeah. I mean, it's just as simple as that, because there's a strong possibility the joke could be on you. You're laughing at everything else, the joke could be on you. So,
and especially don't come late, because I went to a comedy show and I came late. And
but if you're in the front row, they get you.
Yeah,
I mean, you can have on something that's stand out. Something that's very flamboyant, or something that's considered a classic. Yeah. It could be some 90s gear you still wearing, and hey, they just gonna get you
anything. But that's what they do. They look for things to add, to
the material. Right.
That's what they do. They look for material to talk
that's
about.
That's part of the creative mechanism that comes with being a comedian, I guess.
Yeah, because you wouldn't be able to make it back when Richard Pryor, all them guys were doing stand-up. Because, Robin Harris, man, listen.
Red Fox.
Yeah, man, they get on you, man. They get on you. Yeah, man. It's sad. It's sad.
Yeah, but then also again, like I said in a segment earlier, you're violating freedom of speech when you try to regulate what people can say when you do that. Mm-hmm. And that's why, but again, we as people, we in this society we live in the States, everything is so sensitive now, and it's violating your First Amendment, which is the freedom of speech. So it's like these guys get paid to do that. So what you don't want comedians to exist anymore? I mean, think about that. It's just something to think about.
I mean, and even now we even on that subject, but I recently see where I didn't want to talk about it. I mean, I have, but I'm like, I'm so sick and tired of talking about it. But I see where Jada, made a comment where she state that, she didn't need, Will to come to her defense.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I was getting there.
Okay. Well,
no, keep going.
So, so I had a conversation with one of my friends, and he was like, Will was protecting his wife, right? And I said, I get it. I said, but most of the time when a man is protecting his wife, she is in some type of danger. And when I say most of the time, she's in some type of danger. Where a guy approach her, a guy disrespect her, a guy, is pretty much to the point where you're forced to have to do that, because men, most of us, we can't operate off emotion. We have to logically think. And as Black men, we definitely have to logically think about the decisions that we make, because one bad decision can affect the rest of your life.
Right.
So at that moment, I looked at it, I said, let me put myself in his situation. Okay, Chris Rock have joked about my wife before and had made little jokes before about her, whatever. Right now, me defending my wife at this moment, how is that going to affect the rest of my life and the rest of my family life? Because he didn't think, he went off emotions. He didn't even think the fact that if I hit this man, guess what? Me protecting my family, I can't protect them from jail. I just can't. I can't protect my family from jail. But he made an emotional decision. So fast forward, now you look at it and you like, so she's saying I didn't need protection. Right. And then on top of that, after he did what he did, walking back, they got videos showing where she was laughing. So was she really that hurt? Was she really that heart broke? Like, was she really?
No.
Yeah. I think that was more about what was going to happen later on that night than what actually happened at that moment. I think it was going to be, see, look, this is what I'm talking about. You're never there to protect.
I think it was I just think Will Smith had a meltdown.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's some things he already had that was brewing inside prior to the show. Mm-hmm. And we like I said, and I said this, and I know you've been working at everything, so I did a small segment on this. We'll talk about this. We're just going through some stuff right now. I mean, this all of this wouldn't even took place had it not been her putting their personal life out in the public.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? So all of this started with this so-called entanglement and affair that she had, but she didn't have to tell the world. So all of this, to me, in my opinion, all of this started then, because from that point, we all been looking at Will a little bit different, because we was waiting on him to counter. So with that being said, when is it time to let go?
When the respect is gone. I think the respect is gone. Like, she don't respect him no more.
I think the respect been left. I think when she brought him on the TV show and displayed him, because he was very unaware what was about to come out of her mouth.
Oh, yeah, that whole interview was it to me. It was. I was like, damn.
She deflated this man. She deflated this man on national television.
She put him on the spot. So that's why, ladies, no, I agree. A man should protect his wife.
Yes, but but again, Cleve, you gotta go. What I'm saying is only when the purpose of protect is defensive, not offensive.
But
So there was no reason.
that's what
That
I was
was no
going to
reason.
get
That
at.
was no reason. That was no reason.
It was the protecting her had nothing to do with when him going up there slapping that man. It had nothing to do with that. It
Point
had
blank.
everything to do with the fact that, like you say, he had a meltdown.
Right.
And it's like Chris Rock wasn't, the reason why he went up there and did what he did. I mean, that was an escape, route for him to take. Because he went, now if The Rock was up there, he wouldn't have did that.
I think it's time for old boy to cut bait
It
and
is.
the rose.
But because everybody keeps saying this was their lifestyle, right? Everybody keeps saying, but we haven't heard one time. I've heard several situations with Jada, with Jennifer Lopez ex-husband. I think his name Mark Anthony or something. She's supposed to have had something with him, and then some other incidents or whatever. But we have never heard. And Will, listen, Will is the celebrity. She's not.
She's a B-lister.
Yeah,
you give her an A-lister.
You give her a B.
She might be a C-lister. I think. Yeah, she B-. I
don't even get. Look, Daniel, what movie have she? Because she's an actress, right? She's not a singer.
Right.
She's not a performer. What movie is where she did an Oscar performance?
Never.
I give her.
She never even layered in a movie.
I give her a D. I give her a D. I'm telling you, I give her a D. Because she was trash in Low Down Dirty Shame. I didn't like her in Low Down Dirty Shame. The only
people liked her because she had the attitude, and people resonated with that because that's what they used to, in inner city. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, but
that's why the connection came from it.
Even in her movie, even in the movie Set It Off. Even in Set It Off. To me, I like her character was cool, but we could have got anyone to play that character. To me, Queen Latifah is the one who acted in that movie.
Queen Latifah was the actress in the movie.
Yes,
but anyway,
she was. Yeah.
So I would say, again, I don't condone divorce, but when you get to that point, when you get to a certain point, when it's time to go, in this particular case, it's time to go.
But once again, he went to her defense, and then she go publicly and embarrasses this man once again, saying that he didn't have to defend her.
Yeah, but also before the show, I sent you something on your phone. I know you probably didn't get a chance to see it.
What was that?
With Jada.
Oh, with Jada. I watched a little bit of it. I watched a little bit.
Now this is what he said. He said this on a Big Boy show. He said that Tupac proposed to his mother.
I heard him say that.
I never heard that.
I never heard that. I don't believe that.
That's what he said.
I don't believe it.
Well, what about the letter that the daughter wrote for Tupac years ago? You saw that?
No, I didn't get to that part.
No, that's a whole different. That's not on the same video.
Oh.
There's a letter surfacing around when she wrote for Tupac, and Tupac was dead. Tupac died in '96, and she was born in 2008.
So listen. So here's the thing, right?
The disrespect started a long time ago.
That's what I was about to say. Here's the thing. She's been promoting Tupac to her kids.
Right. It shouldn't even be a discussion. I mean, you're gonna talk very, I'm just saying if his name popped up, I know him, that type of stuff. But to romanticize this guy after you done met, and then for you to be telling my daughter about somebody that you have this passion for, I mean, that's if that's not of disrespect, I don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
So and the word honor, you don't protect something that's not honorable.
Mm-mm.
That's what I say.
No, you don't. You
Yeah.
don't. She did one of the most, I would say, disrespectful things. She had an affair, right?
Right.
Not only did she have an affair, she had an affair with one of her kids' friends.
Right. Who at the time was having mental issues as well.
And he was young. Yeah.
Right. So if you flip that,
do you protect that?
no, not me. No.
That's like a oh, do you protect?
No, not at all, bro. It's time for a boy to move on, man. If I was Will Smith, man, I'd go ahead and go on and give her that whatever the lawyer say give her. I wouldn't even put up a fight. You know, give her whatever. Cut ties. I go get me. I'm Will Smith now. I will go get the supermodel that's out of this world from another country. And I rock it out from then on out. You know what I mean?
So you go get a foreign. You go get a foreign house. You go get a foreign address.
Oh yeah.
A foreign car and a foreign woman.
Oh yeah. Because the thing is, man. I mean, it's obvious. And again, I did this show. I did something. I'm kind of repeating myself. You know, it's obvious that he loved that woman. You know what I'm saying?
For him to put up what he put up with and still smile in the public face when this woman back after back after back. She even said something about their sex life. Said she never did. She said she never loved a man like she loved Tupac. Something stupid,
something
like
crazy.
She just consistently.
And she said she didn't believe in. You know, she didn't want to get married. It was his idea to get married.
Yeah,
so
it was his idea to get like.
Yeah, the right was wrong. Right.
You don't protect that. You just don't. You don't protect that.
She belonged. She belonged to the streets.
Yeah, you don't. You don't protect that.
Okay, so let's move along. The boy Nas finally get a Grammy.
Yes.
Got his first Grammy.
Yeah.
Big up Nas. That King Disease 2 album.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't listened to it,
I heard it.
You need to check it out.
How
about the album? I bought the album, man. I bought the whole thing. At first, I was just trying to get 4 or 5 songs. I was like, you know what?
Listen.
It was $9.99. What the heck?
You got to go back and think to when we back in the days how me used to go back and forth about.
Yeah.
You know, about Nas and Jay-Z and.
But Nas was but at that time though, Cleve. At that time, you were. I mean, Nas was just breaking because he broke on that featuring on the main source. Remember?
Oh no! When we was having this conversation, this is when Jay-Z and Nas was.
Oh, later, years later. I was talking about when we first. I was talking about when we first started talking about Nas.
You're talking about when he first came out, but
when he first came out,
as in New York, Nas put out arguably the best rap album ever. Arguably. The best album because for one he had
which album is that?
This is his
Illmatic?
First album. Huh?
Illmatic.
The first album, Illmatic.
Yeah.
Because of all the producers he had on there, he was the first to do that.
Right.
And then what he was talking about at the age of he was 16?
I don't even know how old he was. I don't know.
He was 15 or 16.
His first album?
Yes.
I gotta look that up.
Yes. He might have been younger than that.
Yeah.
Yes. But music was always in his blood because of his father. It was always in his blood.
Right. Dad was a jazz musician.
His father was from Mississippi.
Right.
Yeah. But well deserved.
Yeah, it's overdue. It's overdue. But that King's Disease too, man. He did it. He laid it down, man.
Yeah.
He laid it down. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, it was something I came across too, Cleve. So we're finna move forward. Let me pull this thing up. This is another crazy one. Is it on here? Did I put it in here? Yeah. Okay. Let me go here first. Because I know I did. Y'all just bear with me. Bear with me.
Listen, anyone watching, for my listeners, we appreciate y'all, man. We really appreciate y'all.
No doubt.
Hit that like button, subscribe, share. Tell a friend, tell a friend.
Yes.
We
And
really
please subscribe. If even if you think you subscribe, check that button again so to make sure.
Yeah, because if you haven't been on in a while, sometimes they will unsubscribe you as well.
Right. So just be
We really appreciate y'all. Just keep tuning in because we got some things in store.
yeah, no doubt. Okay, so here we go. Where should I begin? Okay, we have this young man who is it's trending news. He is a transgender swimmer. Have you heard of that?
Mm-mm.
He goes by the name of Leah. So anyway, yeah. So anyway, a transgender swimmer. He's swimming in college on a collegiate level. Now, before that, he was swimming with the guys, and he was pretty good there as well. He swam with the University of Pennsylvania men's swimming team in 2017 to 2018. After the freshman season, they got quoting she shared with her family that she was a transgender woman. As a sophomore, placed the second Ivy League championship of the men. Placed second now. So that meant pretty fast. Second and the 500, the 1,000 and the 1650 freestyle events. After the beginning of hormone therapy, excuse me, of May 2019, Thomas competed sparingly with the men's in the junior year. Thomas began swimming at Penn State women team in 2021. That was the first opportunity since 2021, and then that season got canceled due to the pandemic. At that time, the NCAA policy of 2011 was permitted that transgender women can compete with women category and competing in 12 months of testosterone suppression. Okay, so blah, blah, blah. We press and fast forward. So now, they just had an event in Atlanta. And so now, this is a former Olympian. Swimmer sent the letter concerned to the NCAA after Leah Thomas championship sweep. So basically, the trans went in there and just killed everybody, right? Hold on. So let's say, here we go. The group of University of Arizona swimmers included the former Olympian wrote a letter concerned last month of the NCAA after the transgender athlete Leah Thomas swept at the recent women's championship in Atlanta. A biological male outperformed and outplaced multiple female competitors. Sent in late March to the NCAA Board of Governors, the athlete said that the collegiate governing body has successfully failed everyone. This is what she wrote in her letter. She said they failed everyone by allowing Thomas, who has distinct biological advantages, to compete against women to appease everyone. Now, why did I bring that up? I talked about something like this earlier today. I did a show earlier today about Disney. And so once again, if you guys been listening to my show, every now and then we bounce on subject matters like this. And I've always said from time to time that men and women are not the same. But with that being said, in the same breath, you know who I blame? I blame women for following these groups. Stop getting in line trying to support these groups talking about we're the same, equal rights, da 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 da. No, we're not the same. We're not biologically the same. We're not designed the same. What's up, White? What's up, bro? Glad you came in. So now this transgender guy swimming in collegiate level who was already fast enough to compete with the guys. Okay, they took some medication, but guess what? A man body structure still different, muscles still bigger, the man still stronger. Can you imagine LeBron James say, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same. I'm going to the WNBA. Can you imagine that?
You know what, Daniel?
Yeah.
You know what? I wish I had a child. Well, not even a child. I wish me.
Right.
I wish I was in high school right now.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Me, knowing how with the knowledge I know now, if I could take what I know now and apply it, you know how they have these movies where these guys go back to high school when they 16 to 17-year-old, but they got the mind of a 40-year-old, how they switch. If I could do that, I would go back to school and I would play basketball. I go play basketball, but I will play as a. Cause listen, this is the thing. When we think transgender, we think a person who actually likes the same sex, right? No.
Yeah, I guess.
That's how we look at it. But no,
right.
I can say I'm transgender and play play high school basketball, play college go to the WNBA and make easy. You know how easy that money would be for me to make $200,000-$300,000 a year. Well, $70,000-$80,000 and go overseas and play transgender. They don't realize that this it's hilarious. It's a joke to me.
It's a joke, and most of us guys, we understand that they took the bait. And I'm saying, when I'm saying they, I'm talking about heterosexual women. They have took the bait, hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah,
because they fell into the trap. Oh yeah, we all equal. Now you see, that's why you have women basketball. That's why you have men basketball. That's why you have women MMA. That's why you have men MMA. Remember, I showed you a while back, Cleve, with the MMA guy. He called himself a trans, and he mopped the floor with the woman.
Yeah, I've seen. I've seen that.
And a couple of years ago, this was right before. Corona. These two guys, look it up. These two, black guys. These two black guys, and they call themselves transgender. They running track. They blowing people off they blowing those young girls off the map. So the young white girls, they because again, if they say something, because we're in this sensitive council culture, if you say something, then you're considered the bad guy if you speak out against it. But again, biologically, they are stronger, faster than a woman. Biologically, they're still a man. Again, if that's what I'm not saying, I'm not bashing transgender. If that's what you choose to do, continue doing what you're doing. But all I'm saying is, if you guys want to start a sport, guess what? Start your own transgender league. How about that?
It's not fair because
it's not fair. It's not. That's my whole point. I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying it's not fair because I don't want nobody to say I'm trying to bash a particular group. You understand?
I think it was the UFC fight.
Jeremy, is it equal when the ninja break into your house and tries to rob us?
No,
not at all.
No.
But I blame female because
they're falling for that. They falling for that because one of the UFC fighters put, I think, 3 or 4 women broke their skull. And to me, I'm like, let it happen because that's what it's gonna take for them to see. Matter of fact, on this topic, I'm just gonna sit back and watch. I really it don't even just let it happen.
Yeah, I mean that's my point, but I just because it was topic news. I mean, they really talked about it like 2 weeks ago. And again, I'm just, we
got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, in our community, we have bigger fish to fry.
We got bigger. Let it happen. It don't even that.
I agree.
Let it happen. Let it happen.
I agree.
Yeah. And we just hope our kids ain't out there trying to, because I remember my daughter was cheering.
Right.
She was cheering, right?
Right.
And she was cheering against, I ain't gonna say the high school name, but she was cheering against a high school in Atlanta.
Right.
So they come out to the front and they out there competing, like flipping and cheering and all that. Well, one of the cheerleaders on the other team was a guy.
Gotcha.
And he got up there and was doing one hand backflips,
right,
throwing the girl. I mean, he was doing all. And then so look, they came out to what I think they call like a singled out battle, and he came out there and he just was doing. And my daughter, my daughter was known for competing and outdoing the girls.
Right.
And the dude outdid her, and they went crazy. Right. Her heart was broke. I went over there. I told her. I said, listen, baby girl. I said, don't let this right here bring you down. I said, because he is built to outdo you.
Right.
I said, baby girl, I said, he is built to outdo you. I said, I give you an example. I said, when you want to can a thing, just something as simple as a top open, you don't go take it to your mother. You go give it to me because I am stronger than you. So guess what? I'm going to be able to open up that can. I said, he's young. I said, he's just learning his body. I said, you can't compete with him when it comes to athletics.
And he's full of testosterone.
Yes. I said, you can't compete with him. Genetically, it is impossible. I said, right there, Ted, I said, you won because I said, this is how you know you won. They had to send a guy to compete with you because they knew they couldn't send a girl.
Yeah. It's an issue that, again, I'm not bashing this particular group or whatever, but it's an issue that definitely going to need to be addressed because they also can follow under that minority group. That minority. See, that's that word that others benefit from. From white woman all the way down can benefit from the word minority. But anyway, that's a whole nother subject for a whole nother day.
Me, so I'm gonna throw one at you. This is something we were talking about earlier. And we was talking about just different seasons.
Right.
And I will say that we was talking about it earlier, and I was just thinking about, even after we got off the phone earlier, just talking about it, how different parts of my life, I can remember the different seasons of when my life started changing. And the first one, when I was a teenager, 18, graduated from high school.
Right.
And when I went off to college, it was like that was a different season for me because I left the streets alone. I put away, the whole thought process of I gotta be out, my environment. I gotta be a part of my environment. I gotta be able to survive in my environment. So I have to do things that will allow me to survive in my environment.
Exactly.
So once I went off to college, my mind wasn't even on that no more. So I was in a different season.
Right.
Then, I went to school. I felt like, you know what, this is not what I want to do. So then I went off and left school. Then I got to a different season of my life when I met my daughter's mother, and my daughter was born into this world. That was a different season in my life because it put me to the point where I can't just be out here wasting time and just doing whatever I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have a child in this world, so I have to think, what am I doing? What should I be doing now that I have another human that I got to take care of? Because before it was just me.
Right.
So when she was born, that season was like boom. When I said, okay, get married, with the child, the dog, the house, and everything. Then we went through a divorce or whatever, and then boom. It was a new season, another season, because now I'm not, I don't have the family as far as the marriage or whatever. I'm still a father, but I don't have a marriage or whatever. So now it's a new season. So then I had to start thinking, okay, now I'm to the point like, what do I want my life to look like? So now I'm on that season. Boom. ended up, changing my diet, changing my life, you know, ran into my wife now, got married again. Boom. We got married, we've been
Right.
married going on 2 years. So boom, now I'm at a different season in my life. And this season here is the season that, I just recall my grandmother talking about, you know, um, just understanding, what your purpose is, what you should be doing. Just basically, and believe me, I'm not a religious person, but I am a spiritual person. I've read the Bible on several occasions, and just different things that I remember from my grandmother and from even my mother, my grandfather, just people who came before me, my uncles, just always talked about, you get to a point in your life where um, you start looking for grace. My grandmother's talk about all the time, grace and mercy.
Mm.
And I never understood what that meant until now. And I'm still going through it, but I'm starting to understand what it means. As far as, having grace, pray, because my grandma used to always tell me, pray for grace and mercy. And pray for, patience.
Right.
And it's like all of that coming together is all starting to hit me now. Like yeah, I get it now. I get that this time in my life, like I gotta have patience, to with the things, especially with the things going around on me now, with whether it's work, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's
Right.
household, whether it's people outside of you know the world, whatever. You just gotta have patience, and you gotta also have mercy for relationships that come through your life. You got to have mercy on people who um even though they're not in your season now. What I'm saying, it was in your season last. You got to have mercy for them and understand that, hey, I'm looking at them as a human, and not for the person, for their name, or the things that they done, but them as human, meaning that they can make mistakes. They can make mistakes because they're human. But that doesn't mean that I have to sit there and continue to, be in their life and feud with them and argue with them and try to get them to change. No, just have mercy, have grace and mercy on them, and move on with your life.
Right.
So now I'm pretty much, it's amazing, just the things that my grandmother, my grandfather, my aunts, my uncles, just people who was older than me, have said to my mother, even my sisters, just things they have said. Now I'm to the point where I'm starting to see that my life is at a season where, like, I want to travel. And let me tell you, I think
Hold on a second, Clay. We got Self-Made in the building. What's going on, brother? We got the Simpsons in the building, so I'm assuming it's Chico is with the wife. He said the relationship podcast with the Simpsons. Yeah, so I just want to give them shout out. Thank y'all for coming in. But go ahead, brother.
appreciate y'all. Um, and just when me talking about seasons or whatever. Now I'm in the season of my life where, traveling is really expanding my mindset. And I think people should travel more, because you get a chance to see really how dope we are as Black people outside of this country, and just how dope we are as far as people who think like you and move like you. The more and more you travel, the more and more you run into some dope people, man. I'm talking about me and my wife. We have ran into some dope people traveling, and I'm not just talking about Black people. I'm talking about all race of people.
Yeah, just people in general. Right.
Yeah, people in general, man. And you start really understanding and finding out that, man, like, I've always thought that Africa, or I always thought that Jamaica, or I always thought that Fiji, or I always thought that China. Like, even when we went to China, like, you start seeing that, damn, like, I was so cooped in thinking that America was the only place for me, not understanding that, nah, my playground, my world is the world. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to be stuck in sitting up in one place, You know what I'm saying? Nah, I need to get out and travel. And me traveling, man, listen, it has opened up my eyes to a lot
Yeah.
of things that I have, heard, and you actually get a chance to see, how dope we are outside of the country. Man, how dope we are, man. Real talk.
Right, right. I mean, I definitely agree with you. Traveling does broaden your horizon. I mean, there's no doubt about that. So, but yeah. So I'm going to move on. I'm going to switch gears a bit.
All right.
So, can you outgrow family and friends?
Oh yeah.
Uh, can you outgrow family and friends? I would like for you guys to chime in. I would like the Simpsons to chime in. Self-made, chime in. White, chime in. Can you outgrow
I
and some friends?
you know what, Daniel? I think we think that we supposed to save everybody, right? We think we supposed to save everybody. Now I understand. No, man.
Right.
The best thing I could do for you is to live by, live by example. Just show you this is what I'm doing. I'm
Yeah.
not, I'm not trying to go back and pull nobody. Now I will say I will work with the kids, but
Yeah.
adult,
Yeah.
nah.
Adults don't have a
I'm,
lot of
I'm
yeah.
not trying to pull you. I'm not trying to get you on my level of
Right.
what they say, or I'm not trying to get you to understand why I can move the way I move, or I'm not trying to get you, because if you don't see it at our age, I gotta be real ignorant to believe that you're actually gonna change. I gotta really be ignorant to think that you're gonna change.
Right.
I,
The Simpson said, this, excuse me, Cleve. The Simpson said, but it's an issue, but he said, but the issue is it's hard to move on from from the other family that you've outgrown. Then self-made said, you can outgrow anyone, but
anyone.
that doesn't necessarily mean you have to leave them behind. I deal with people at the level that they're at. That's yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
To a certain extent, I
It,
give
it
you
depends on the destination.
it for a
The
certain
destination.
extent. For a
Yeah,
certain extent, because
to the destination. Yeah, it's the destination.
I'm not trying to. If you for me, and this is what relationships, friends, or anybody. What do you bring to our relationship? That will determine. Me and you just got through talking about the. What do you bring to the relationship? If
Right.
if I'm always if I'm always giving, and all you doing is receiving, and receiving, well,
Right.
I really don't need you. I just
Right.
don't. I
Right.
don't. And I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about things. I'm talking about just conversation, just knowledge, just
Right.
information. Hell, we
Right.
all learn something different every day. You can tell me, say, hey man, did you know that you could get a coupon and take it here and do this? That's something I didn't know. Boom, I learned something from you. But I'll be around people who never bring nothing to the conversation. They never bring nothing to our friendship.
Right.
Whether it's family or friends, I'm to that point in my life where I'm not trying to, and I'm not saying I can't have a conversation with you. I'm not trying to say that I can't, just see you speak, we family, friends, but I'm not gonna put a lot of energy into you if you bring nothing to the relationship. I'm just not. That's just me. And
Right.
people may say I'm wrong for that, but that's just me. That's just me.
So that's
I'm
that's Chico. Them. Did you read the thing?
yeah. He said, sorry, this Chico, y'all. Laugh out loud, my
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just me. I'm not trying, I'm not trying to pull nobody, bring nobody, haul nobody. Nah. That's extra weight.
Yeah.
That's extra weight. I'm not trying to do that. The best thing I could do is show you an example. Like, this is what I'm doing. I'm traveling. Hey, look, you want to travel? Look, let's travel. You know, let's travel. Look, this is what I'm doing. Hey, you want to travel? I give you a year to save up your money, and boom, we could do this. You know, but I'm not trying to. Hey, man, listen, man, you can do it, bro. I'm telling you,
Right,
man.
right. It's hard to and try to encourage and push people, 40, 50 years old.
Nah,
I mean, they kind of set in their ways. You know what I mean?
nah.
I mean, the thing about it is, the question is, can you outgrow family? And the answer is yes, you can outgrow them. That don't necessarily mean you left them, but it's sometimes when you evolve, you get looked at as the outcast. People look at you like you crazy because you became a better version of yourself.
I get it all the time.
And so that's why I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? So, White said the only reason why you could outgrow family is because of the financial strains they put on us in the Western world. Too much emphasis placed on getting the bag. Too much emphasis is placed on getting the bag. But also,
even with the money,
evolving, man. They look at you crazy, especially when you come from like inner city where I'm from. If you try to do something good, I remember just growing up. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all, and I don't think I ever shared this before. You have to dumb it down just to blend in.
I won't. I refuse to.
I'm saying when I was younger,
I'm
saying when I was younger. I mean, for example, I used to like writing poetry. I used to love writing poetry. But when you go outside in the hood, you are not displaying that right there. It don't necessarily mean that you're weak or whatever. But again, your creative side, it's like, in the hood, it was contact sports. You know what I mean? Something crazy like that. You know what I mean?
I have people that I talk to, and they'll call me and say, "Hey, you talk to so-and-so?" I'll be like, nah, what's going on? Oh yeah, they called me with this, that, and the third. And I tell them all the time, they be like, "Oh, they didn't call you." And I said, "No, I'm not upset. That shows a sign of respect. Don't call me with no craziness. Because I'm not going to put up with it. I'm just not. I'm not going to put up with it. And that's nothing. That's not saying that I'm better than you. That's not. I don't have time for it. I just don't.
Right.
If a third person doesn't bring something to your relationship, that's your fault or theirs. I only associate with people that I respect first. Friendship comes after respect. I meet family at their level. Okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
I respect that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see, Jeremy. It's not just the bag, but that is a major factor. Yeah. I mean, the thing is that I would say this. The crazy part of it is the person that's evolving, whether it's your friends or your family, they start looking at you different. And I know all of us can relate. Even if it's down to a freaking job, a person may have landed a better job or got a certain position. And then the group, whether it's the friends or the family members, you get kind of looked at a little bit different. Or if you pushing I'm just throwing a car out there. I'm just trying to throw some different examples. Because I know we all can relate, and I know we all been there at some point in our lives. At some point.
Yeah.
And so the question is, why are they not happy for you becoming the better version of yourself? Why are they not happy for you for striving to do something positive for the betterment of yourself? Because if you
put you in a box.
If you're my friend, you're supposed to be happy for me because I'm happy. If you're my family member, you're supposed to be supportive and happy for me because I'm happy. At least that's what I thought.
Well, to me, I think I talk to people, see people doing things, whatever. If it don't motivate you, man, like listen, I don't know what to tell you. If I see you with a new car, I'd be like, that's nice. How much? All right. Really? They got any more? It should motivate me. Or I should be happy for you. I either should be happy for you.
You should motivate. Right. And if you exceeding, because if I see somebody, If I see somebody doing something good, whether it's first of all, I don't measure myself with nobody. I think that's the biggest problem. Never measure yourself with anybody. But if I see somebody doing good, I'm happy for them from a place. It comes from within. It's just an organic place that I'm happy for them. They can have more than me. I'm still happy for them. That's just me. And if you're doing something that I really like, it inspires me. No jealousy, no envy. I'm inspired.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be, right? But we know that's not how it really is, with a lot of us in our community. And so, man, we got to change that. We got to, man. It's that old saying, that crab in the bucket. That's exactly what that is. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm in my life right now, like friends. I have most of the people that I'm close to. We might not be related, but I look at them as family too.
Right.
And I hear people say I don't need no new friends or whatever. Yeah, I get it. But most of the people you should be happy. But in society, if you don't have what they have, then your thoughts as a fella sometimes wrong with you because you don't have that. No, man, hey.
But that goes again. You have to understand that it just shouldn't be that way. If you say you're my friend, then you should be happy. If you're my family, you definitely should be happy. You know what I mean? But that's not the case. That's not how things are. That's not how things are. And it's again, don't measure yourself. See, that's where the haters come in at. People start measuring themselves, looking at, oh man, Cleveland went on a trip. Oh, you should be happy that man on the trip. You don't know what he did to get to the trip. You should be happy he went on the trip. Matter of fact, when he come back, you need to be asking him questions. If you like the place so much, that should have inspired you to go there if you have not been there.
Yeah.
Maybe you can use some resources he making it and know something that you don't know can help you get there. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see. We got self-made. Let me put self-made up. Okay. I can relate to being the black sheep of the family. Yeah. My interests and hobbies haven't always been black enough. Yeah.
That's another.
That ain't me, boy. That's me all the way. At the end of the day, I'm happy with the choice of the path for myself. Right. I mean, like my friends, they were the basketball players, the football players, right? And I'm 6'2". No, I'm 6'2". So no, 6'1". So 6'2". But okay. But my brother was a basketball player. So because he was a basketball star, I didn't want to be that. I wanted to be my own person. I always been that way. I didn't be like, oh yeah, that's what I want to be. No. Let me go. I'm gonna do baseball. I'm gonna do baseball. So I want my own lane. And I've always been that way. I've always been in my own lane. I've always been my own maverick. Again, I'm happy for what he did. I went to support him. He was my second oldest brother. But that was him. That's him and his basketball thing. I chose baseball. And that's just something I've always done.
And the thing is, even with us, Daniel, we've been knowing each other for very long. Huh?
No, Jeremy White talking about some Kool-Aid High. You got jokes. All right, Trey. All right, go ahead, man.
even with us, Daniel.
Yeah,
we've been on each other for a very long time, bro. Matter of fact, we sharpen each other.
Right.
And I take it as this is friendship. Matter of fact, this is brotherhood. This is family.
Yeah, this family, right?
That's what I mean. It's to a point where I have a small group of people that I consider friends. But guess what? I'm much happier. I understand I'm much happier with a small group of friends rather than me calling everybody my friend. Now I got classmates. I got dudes who I considered homeboys who grew up around, in the hood. That's what I consider a homeboy. Somebody who grew up around the hood. Oh yeah, that's my homeboy. Right. That's not my friend or family.
Right.
But my friends, they family. So and me and you, we have always sharpened each other.
Right.
I got several friends. My homeboy Terrell, my homeboy Merk. Like I have several friends that we sharpen each other, and we pretty much, hey, yo, you check this out, yo, we going on this trip. You want to do this? Hey, have you seen the latest this? Hey, do this, do that, do this. Hey, look, taxes is this. This what you could do. We sharpen each other.
Right.
That's good for me. I don't.
Right.
Like I said, I don't go and have what I consider friendship. I don't have a lot of friends, but if I consider you a friend, then guess what? You have to bring something to the relationship. I have several. I got a lot of homeboys who, meaning they grew up around me from New York to South Carolina to Georgia. I grew up around. Those I got homeboys, but friends and family,
right?
I don't have that many. I say friends. I don't have a lot of friends. I don't, because you have to bring something to the friendship. You just have to.
Yeah, it's amazing though, man. It's just amazing how life is and the journey of life is, and how when you continue through your journey and while you're growing in the process of your journey, how things constantly change. You know what I mean? When it comes to relationships with those family members and some of those friends, it's just amazing.
And I'm gonna tell you what's amazing too, how we have kids, and this is something in comparison.
Well said, Self-Made. I forget I've heard that before. Comparison is the thief of joy. That's right. Mm-hmm. I'm competing with myself to be the best version of myself.
I
root for my friends because their success is mine. That's how I look at it. I'll be happy for. I got some guys that make millions. They guess what? They got way more than what I got, but I'm still happy for them to this day. You know, and I've always been that type of guy. Yeah, I agree with Cleve. I think a man's circle should be small. Yeah, you're right, Jerry. Yeah,
considered friends.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you, man, when I grew up, I had a big circle. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but I can still go and still visit. It ain't like I'm X out nothing like that.
But those are homeboys.
Yeah, those are homies. Those are roadies.
They from the hometown.
They from the hood. Right. Yeah. And so, you know, but again, man, you just, you know, when I look back now, you know, and I don't think I'm better than nobody, but I do see a big difference. I do, you know. It's just the God of the truth.
It is a big difference.
Yeah.
It is a big difference.
It's a big. I look back, I go, damn, you know, damn. And then I go, damn, I used to hang with him. Me and him used to be tight.
Seasons, man. It's seasons.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I did. Yeah.
It's seasons.
Man, yeah, we were 13, man. From 13 to 15, man, he was super tight. From 16 to 17, you know, that's how it was. You know what I'm saying? So it's just amazing, man.
My grandmother used to say that how did she used to? But she used to basically say that, like you're gonna have you might meet somebody in high school. You might meet a whole bunch of people in high school. In high school or middle school, you're gonna, you know, you'll meet them or whatever. 9 times out of 10, you may stay in contact with maybe one person. In high school, you may stay in contact with 2. But once you graduate and go off into life, she was like, you're gonna have that 1 or 2 people that you know that you're gonna, you know, they're gonna always be around. And I'm good. I don't need I don't need no new friends. I just don't. I don't need no new friends. Now I always need new contacts. You know what I'm saying?
People, you always need networking. You always gonna need that.
Yeah, I'm always meeting new contacts with that. But as far as new friends, nah, bro. I just don't. But because
Cleve, by the way, here it is right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
It's working.
I think it went out like one time and it came back and that was it. I haven't.
It's no problem. Service.
This thing. Hey. So we should be good as far as the internet thing. I think I saw the problem. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Somebody was saying, he said 1 family, 2 friends, 3 people I know. That's how. Yeah.
That's how.
Yeah. That's how it is. Yeah, that's basically how it is. And I've been trying to teach. You know, I'm teaching my daughter now, like, you know, my daughter do marry, like, this is you, yeah, don't even stress about these people that you're gonna meet in high school. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And don't even with boys, a girl, yeah, you gonna meet them and you gonna
Yeah.
move on from life now. Don't focus on that, because 10
Right.
years from now, you ain't gonna remember who they are. You gonna go to a reunion and you're gonna look at them and be like, damn, I remember her, but who is she or who is he?
Right.
Life goes on, man. Life goes on.
I
Life
agree.
goes on.
All right, brother. We're gonna pass the hour mark.
Time
Any
fly.
huh?
I said time be flying.
Time rolling, brother.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. We got self-made. Hold on. I want to make sure. I'm always trying to read y'all comments, guys. So I appreciate all the support you guys are giving. Trust me, I really, really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. He says, it's frustrating for me to see someone that I used to hang with that had all the gifts in the world. Yeah, yes, but they squandered them. Yeah, man. That was my second oldest brother, man. He got on those drugs. And the people that I left behind are those that didn't stay on the course. That's right. They didn't stay on the path. And that's so true. And I think, you know, when I look at myself, like my brothers, you know, the one from my mother, because my daddy had some outside, my daddy had kids, and you know, my mom, she had 3 kids before me. So I'm the 4th child. But my brothers, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna be brief. But they were like my oldest brother, he's very, very smart. He's a recluse, but he's very, very smart, you know, when it comes to books. But he don't have common sense. And then my second oldest brother, he was like, you know, the gifted one with the basketball. His school was good too. So he had it all. He had the both combination. Me, I was okay, but I had street savvy, but I knew enough. I wasn't as smart as those two, but I was smart enough. You know what I'm saying? Because I really didn't push myself enough, because I only just did enough just to get by.
But common sense to take you a long way too, man.
Yeah, but like Self-Made say, I stayed on the course though.
Yeah.
I never got off course.
Yeah.
I never got distracted. You see what I'm saying? Because I knew the importance of life. So that was the difference. And with that being said, you know, I was the first person to buy a house.
Yeah.
You know, from my family, coming out of the hood. You know, I was 21 years old when I bought my first house. You know, I'm just looking back, you know, those things like that. Now here's my brother. He's supposed to be all-knowing guy when it comes to books, but he hadn't done that at the time, you know. So, but anyway, go ahead, Brother Clay.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, I agree with, you know, you gotta stay the course, and during that course, you gonna drop, you know, it's like a bus ride. You're gonna drop some folks off at different stops. You know, and the thing, if they stay on course, y'all run into each other again, because that bus gonna come right back around. But if they stay on course, guess what? They're gonna get back on that bus. You say, hey man, I ain't seen you in a while. How you been? Because I run into people that I knew from high school and be like, damn, what's going on? And know, bam, 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 bam. But they stayed on the course. And that's how that energy, and that's how you know, purpose and everything connects. It'll come back full circle, man. And you'll back into people that you ain't. I mean, I run into people in the gym. I ran into a dude the other day in the gym I haven't seen since Peppermill Day. Like, I'm like, wow, we talking it up. He married, everything, you know, he got a house out in London. We chopped it up, sent, you know, hit information, whatever, you know. I told him I'm in the truck, and he was like, that's cool. He told me he in the real estate, like boom, 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 boom. But we ran a full circle. But if I wasn't on that course, we probably wouldn't have even ran into each other.
Right.
If I was out there in the streets, strung out, it would have been a different conversation. I'd have seen him like, hey man, you got $5. He'd have been like, man, didn't we go to high school together? Like, nah, I don't got $5, and walk away. You know what I'm saying?
Self-Made, I have to agree with you again, brother. You bet the 1,000. You bet the 1,000. there are different forms of intelligence. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Social intelligence. Yes, I think
Oh
my
yeah.
social intelligence is way above average, and
Yeah.
I have an antenna for people. I can read people characters before I even get to speak to them.
And you know what's funny?
I
It's
promise
funny.
you, man. And I'm not talking like I'm some type of witch or that. That I'm just being honest.
Listen, man, it's
Yeah.
funny because I've been around people and like I could get in a room and don't know nobody in that room. I
Right.
don't know nobody in that room. But
Right.
guess what? And it may sound cocky. People may say it's cocky. When I walk in that room, like I'm gonna you even if you're talking about this or that, guess what?
Right.
I can talk about this and that.
Right.
And guess what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna bring you on my level as well.
Right.
Even if you're not comfortable, I'm gonna bring you on my level as well. I've been in that situation so many times, and people like, you know what? I've been in situations where, you know, I'm in a room full of people who got college degrees and they talking stocks and all that, you know, and I'm chopping it back and forth with them as well, and they looking at me, well, what college you graduated from? I'm like, I didn't. I graduated from Hard Knock University.
That's it. All right, we got Brother White in here. Let's see what White. There's a difference between education and intelligence.
Yeah.
Plenty of educated people in the world. Way less intelligent. Yeah, way less than than intelligent people. That's true. I absolutely agree. And that's what people don't understand, but because that's how we've been trained that way too. You know, we've been trained that way. When somebody go to, you know, we went to school, everybody's like, oh, that person get the good grades. Oh, they're going to just be successful in life. You know, that's not always that's not always the case.
It's not. And the thing is,
it's really a false measuring stick. It really is. When you really look back, it really is.
It's not, because you could have all type of information, but it's not a knowledge. It's not knowledge unless you apply it. If you don't apply it, it's not knowledge, man. It's just information. And people do that all the time. They have information, but they don't apply the information that they know. Once you apply it to life, it's knowledge. You know, and you man, we can sit up here and talk about this all day.
Yeah, we can go all day. That's White chimed again. He chimed in again. But guess what, Cleve? Your CDL have to gives way more value than a diploma.
Listen, look, during the pandemic, guess who they was asking to come out and pull freight for 3 times what freight was paying? Me.
Right.
Calling me.
Yeah, man.
They was calling me.
Yeah. So yeah. But anyway, we're gonna bring this thing to a close. Anything you want to say, man, before we roll out, Brother Cleve?
Man, listen, great show. I appreciate everybody for chiming in, fellas. Mr. White, self-made, fellas.
The Simpsons.
Come in,
I appreciate all y'all. And hopefully y'all catch the other two. I did 2 shows. I did 1 show this morning. If you didn't catch that one, y'all definitely need to see that one. If you got kids, if you got nieces and nephews, you need to check that, man. Because this lady, she's an executive with Disney. Y'all need to check that out. Y'all need to check that out. So it got the Mickey Mouse face on it. So just go, just check it out. And yeah, it's called what is it called? Disney. What is it called? Yeah, I can't even remember. Disney.
Name of it too, because I was watching some of it.
It's called, what is it called? Disney Indoctrination.
Yeah.
Disney's Indoctrination. And the one before that with the Will Smith face, they're just talking about don't get tricked out of your position, because we lose a lot of good brothers because they get tricked out of their position because they're not thinking. Yeah. So
but let me finish. Appreciate y'all for coming on. Hit the like button, support, share. And my last words is, you know, we got to come together and really form communities, and as well as men. Come on, man. Let's step up and let's take our communities back from all this stuff that's going on, because that's the only way we're gonna get it back. I'm not going against nobody, religion, or anything, but we don't got nobody coming to save us. We got to do it ourselves. We got to do it ourselves.
You done?
Yes.
I agree. There's nobody coming to save us. Please press that subscribe button for those who haven't subscribed. Like, share this content with somebody. And again, I want to thank you guys for chiming in. I mean, it feels good. We need that. We need that good feedback. Thank you, Self Made. Thank you, Jeremy White. Thank you, Simpsons. We out. Peace.